So, Azure AI Service Containers allows you to deploy a subset of AI Service APIs via container. What does this mean? Well, we know that Azure AI Service is a resource you spin up, right? That gives you access to computer vision and all these things. But the idea is that the actual inference, the binaries that actually do the work, that do the inference, are on these containers. Why would you want that as a container? Well, the idea is that imagine that you have an on-premise workload or you have containers, either in something like ACI or AKS or even a third-party provider like EKS, and maybe it's a latency issue. You know, you want to make sure that those containers or the AI operations that you want to perform is as close as possible to adjacent containers. Maybe it's a security privacy reason you want to have that there, so you're not necessarily going over the internet. However, to use these, you do have to go over the internet to report back billing. But the point is that those are the two reasons why you might want to use Azure AI Services containers. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to get those containers from the Microsoft Container Registry. We're going to deploy them into our chosen container host. This part's tricky, is where you have to configure the container with the necessary settings like API key, billing endpoint, UL acceptance. I found this very hard to figure out. So they have a lot of different ones that we can deploy. I don't think I was 100% successful in the lab, but we get far enough in it that you can see all these steps here. That's going to help you on your exam. So just understand that I would never deploy these myself because it was such a pain to do, but you can see the experience for the most part there. For client interaction, the client apps send data to the containerized service endpoint. The service processes the data and returns results to the client. For billing metrics, the usage metrics are periodically sent to Azure to calculate billing and ensures the container can connect via the Azure AI Service resource for this purpose, right? It's not to do the inference that's happening on the containers. These endpoints here that are available, we have the language containers, we have some speech containers, and we have vision containers. In the future, they might expand it to more, but this is what we have so far. Those are the addresses of the actual container. Okay, maybe not the about here on the end, but for the most part, I think if you just cut off, I'm not sure why those are in there, but if you just cut this off here, like that, then these are more or less the names of right here. Like this is the name of the actual. Well, actually, sorry, a little bit more. This is the name of the container that you would utilize. Okay, but there you go.